5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right. Happy Friday. You're here live with Neve. I have a midday pop-up show just because I like the company so much I bought it. Just like the Men's Warehouse and all those other guys telling you all that shine. So, happy Friday. It is 1:30 and I'm here in New York. It is a gray day. We are surrounded by political tomfoolery. We're not going to talk about any of that. I'm going to be talking to a friend of mine from Nashville, California, Idaho, all the places around the globe. Got the amazing and beautiful Gina Jones joining me from Idaho. Howdy.
Hey, everybody.
How are you, Gina?
I'm doing great.
Excellent.
Now that the snow is starting to lift up.
Yeah, a little bit. We're about 20 degrees this morning. I don't know what it's like now, but it's not bad out. It's probably 45. Which hell, I'd run around in my shorts. I don't care about that kind of thing.
We're about 30 or so.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm surprised when we talked earlier, you said how the snow's kind of mostly gone now after 4 feet. That's not in Kansas anymore.
This was the worst winter out here that I've seen since like 2017 or so.
No kidding.
Yeah.
A little different while you're out there from the usual Nashville vibe.
Yeah, in Nashville, what happens out there is the ice, and the ice gets all over the electrical pole or lines, and your electric goes out and stuff like that. And then also the black ice on the roads. That's actually more dangerous than out here because we have traction. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's that,
Exactly. And the roads are black asphalt out there. So you can't even see the black ice. And the roads are like a gray asphalt out here. So you can see it better,
That's good.
So,
well, here in New Jersey, the asphalt, who cares? They don't even care what it is. It changes within the same road. We've got the most expensive costs in the union for a number of reasons. Some of them are political. Some of them are just, it's New Jersey. It's just the way we do things.
Yeah.
It's like, I was thinking one day a governor of New Jersey will get elected and they're going to double the Amtrak line and we're just going to steal everything in Washington and start driving it up to Jersey. It's going to be great. When I run for office, we're going to show look at it this way. My theory is politicians have been stealing from us forever, but they all get up on stage and they go, I'm going to give you a chicken in every pot. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you a free phone. I'm going to give you free internet. I'm going to give you free Netflix, whatever. But I don't know. I kind of like my own shit. Anyway, call me crazy, but we're here to talk about you. How's it been going? You've been really I know last we talked, you were working with Juke. You've been doing all kinds of cool stuff in the interim. And you have a new single.
Yeah, I was with a different label when I talked to you last time in Nashville. Mm-hmm. And I was actually their A&R director. And there were some things that were going, I'm an upfront person, there were just some things that were going on there that I was bringing artists in and they weren't very happy. And then I just actually decided to leave. And I went right away, another label approached me. And it's a new label. It's called Iron Gate Records. And they're cutting edge. I mean, they know all about the social media stuff, and about, they're hooked up with corporately with Gigwell and Intercept Music and In Grooves UMG it's just the list goes on. So I decided, he's a friend of mine, his name's Mark Skoda, and I decided, yeah, I'll join that, because that to me looked more appealing, whereas the other labels kind of more in the dark ages. So
Sure.
yeah, so I've released like 5. This is my 5th song that
Hmm.
I've released with them. I did, the first one was a duet with Juke Johnson, and
We
he's
love Juke.
yeah, he's great.
Great
And we
guy.
did a great hot duet. It's on Spotify. It's called Weak at the Knees. And so everybody needs to go stream that. And it's also on
I
all
watched
other,
it. I got all tingly, man. I'm telling you.
yeah, platforms. It's awesome. And then I released, after that one, I released Into My Heart, that I wrote with Sophia Tilley out of Nashville.
Right.
And then that one did very well too. So that's up for
Hmm.
Spotify streamers or Pandora and all of it.
All the usual
Then
suspects.
yeah,
They're
and
all making us
then
so rich.
huh?
They're making us so rich. Those
I
tech
know
guys, they're
at
lovely.
3 cents a stream, but hey, gas money's important.
Absolutely. And I'll take every penny. I just always argue for more. That's just my
Yeah.
nature, you
Then
know?
the other third song, I guess this is my 4th song. I'm sorry. The third song I released, it was kind of dear to my heart, because I did it for my 90-year-old dad and my 87-year-old mother. And it was an old Vince Gill song. I don't normally remake, old songs
Right.
like that. Because I write so much, but
Hmm.
I did that because I knew they're not going to be here much longer, and they
Hmm.
love Vince Gill. I, wasn't so much a huge fan, but when I listened to the song, my brother sent it to me and said, "Hey,
Hmm.
sis, you should do this for the family." And I said, "Well, let me listen." So I'd heard the song before, and I listened to it and sang it over and over again, and it did fit my voice. He was right. So I did
Hmm.
release that one. That one didn't get as much love as I needed to. So if y'all are watching out there, go over to Spotify and start putting it up on your Facebook, and start
Hmm.
tagging Vince Gill official, so that he
Right.
can hear it, because how can you get through to those people,
Right.
because it's an important song. I'd love my mom and dad to be able to say, "Oh, well, Vince Gill did a shout out on a radio station for my daughter, the
Sure.
song that she put out,"
Absolutely.
something
Hmm.
simple, even, nothing big or whatever. And then the last song I just put out, I did for Valentine's Day, and I have a sense of humor. You know that.
No.
And
Nah.
so I put this song out called, and it's a true to life song. It's called You, Me, and Her.
One of the first songs that I heard you do that I said, I really like this song.
Yeah.
Excellent song. In
Yeah,
fact, I'm
that's a great song, near dear to my heart too. The
mhm,
co-writer Trinity Wiseman and I wrote it together. She was 19, and she came
right,
into Nashville on Music Row, and I started getting to know her. I said, "Well, tell me about your life," and I wasn't grabbing
right.
anything from that. And she said, "Well," I said, "Tell me about your love life." And so the first thing she said was, I've been dating this guy, and I just found out there's another girl involved." And I had that title already. And
Right.
because I had it from a previous relationship, like
Mhm.
6 years ago, my last relationship, as a matter of fact, 6 years ago, we ended up ending the relationship after eight months. Then we kept in contact, and we kept like saying how much we cared about each other. And then another woman was involved. So then that's when the song came, and I said,
It
"Hey,
happened.
let's write You, Me, and Her." And she was so excited. She said, "Oh my God, that's exactly what I feel like."
It's a great title, and it's a great song. I
Yeah.
really that one I've always liked. I like some of the songs that you have. There's an element of sense of humor in there, which all the old good country songs had very tongue in cheek,
Yeah.
wry sense of humor that Lyle Lovett does a great job of it now. I've always liked his song like "Ugly from the Front" or
Yeah.
"Ugly from the Back" or what. "Ugly from the Front." That's what it is.
I've got a bunch
And
of those that I need to actually record and release, but I don't know, how that's going to go in the near future. But I have tons of them. I mean, you wouldn't believe the
right.
funny stuff.
Oh, I believe I think I read part of that. I don't know. That's quite an interesting diary.
Especially coming
So
from, my alter ego and stuff.
yeah, we're going to talk about your sister in a little bit. I had you on the show last week, but while we're talking
Mm,
about your music, yeah, she's quite fond of me. I'll have you know, I'm quite fond of her.
really?
Yeah, there's sparks are flying. She likes my boots, man.
And your hat too, huh?
Yeah, that's right. She said this guy's got big hands, big feet, and a big heart. And
And also,
her and
she
I just,
probably said that hat looks good on you, but be better laying on the floor.
yes, it does. It's better. And I always think of a few other things that should be laying on the floor about that time too. Not that I'm insinuating any kind of craziness out there for you people who live a very boring existence, but um, so do you want to play a song for us? Would you like to play one of your songs?
Yeah, I'll play the "You, Me, and Her" song. I've
Great.
been dealing with whatever cold, not a cold, but so I'm having to clear my throat a lot.
There's a rap song out called "Let Me Clear My Throat." Uh-huh. That's what I've been
I'm
singing since
I'm not
COVID
gonna say it.
started.
I thought of something, but I am not gonna say it.
Oh darn! You have to whisper it in my ear in the private feed. Might get my hair
Has
tingly
your
and stuff.
heart? I have you here. What are we
Oh,
doing, baby? It's not completely clear. I hold your hand like I don't know. Might be easier for me to go ahead and let you go. 'Cause it is you and me and her. It is you and me and her. She's in your house. You say I'm your home. The way you treat me like a child, I'd be better off alone. She spends your time while I give you mine. The road ahead is shady, and I'm seeing all the signs. It is you and me and her. It is you and me and her. Oh, 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 you and me and her. Everything's a lot so perfect. Either way you choose, it's like you just forget I have you to lose. 'Cause it is you and me and her. 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 Oh, 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 you and me and her. Oh, 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 you and me and her.
all right, all right. Very
Thank
nice,
you.
very nice.
Appreciate it.
Well, that's excellent. So,
Huh?
yeah, as I mentioned before, you've got a few other things going on. I know you've been producing your sister's show. It's quite the show, I have to say. She's got some interesting guests, and the girl's she's putting it out there, man. I'll tell you what.
It's actually I started the show, and we both it's on TikTok, and so we're both TikTok creators, and um, I do Gina May, and it's the Southern Belle thing, and she's a Southerner as well. She's in Florida, but she's she's really from, I think, Georgia or something like that.
Our friend Sam Rourke calls you ladies grits. You know what
Do
that
what?
means? Grits. Our friend Sam Rourke from Issa has a song called Grits, and it's about all you ladies. It's called Girls Raised in the South, which is one of my favorite breakfast experiences, I must say. You have great Southern hospitality down there.
Oh, I know how to cook all that stuff too. But yeah,
And
Mary
I
Beth.
like my greens and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and Mary Beth
Yeah.
is the Southern sweet tea moonshine provider.
Yes, she's definitely got some interesting stuff. All I know is when we hooked up, I drank some of this stuff she had in a jug.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing I woke up, I had a new tattoo. I won't tell you where it's at. I was a few $100 short of my wallet load when I went in, but I don't know what happened. She told me she found me out in the parking lot. I was apparently drinking that stuff, and I had a native experience, like visions and things. I was having an out-of-body experience, sort of like when you go into a sweat lodge with the Apaches, the Navajos.
Yeah. Did you have like a headpiece on and a little
and I
groin cloth?
had my loincloth. I had my dagger. I was like really getting it, and I had my ponytail removed.
Right.
We're gonna get in trouble. We cannot do that anymore. That will get us offended. Somebody will be offended. They'll be calling in.
Well,
oh my God.
Hey, I'm 3/4 Cherokee, so y'all don't be offended.
And I have to say, there's allegations that I have some Indian blood from my father's side. I will call him the donor affectionately. And any rate, apparently on that side, the white trash side of the family, I'm kidding it. But maybe sometimes, if the shoe fits, you wear it. Anyhow, there's allegedly there was some Indian in our blood. And that side of my family had some Irish and Scot in them. And you get over here, you get that indentured servant thing where you come over and you're kind of a slave, but you're a white dude and you're got your sharecropping going on. And it's another way to die slowly. Just like farming cotton down south. I have family who does that.
It sounds like a country song.
It does, and it is. And I tell you, I got my country credentials having moved from New York to Florida and getting married a long time ago. And I had to learn the things the hard way, why you folks down south laugh at us folks from the north when we come down. Mm-hmm. For example, examples of things I didn't know how to do until I got to the south. Number one, anything regarding a horse that isn't a pony that doesn't bite at the fair. I still go for those ponies. When I go to the fair with my kids, they take me for a pony ride. Yeah. Any rate, they're 30. The people don't know what to make of it. I'm just sitting there, and I'm not even drunk, and I'm riding around on this poor pony. He's all sway-backed. I'm taking pictures of him. Man, Pete is out there in the parking lot going, this fucking guy is tormenting. Anyhow, my mind wanders as it's prone to do. But your sister, she made me some very, very sweet tea and some great pie.
Oh. She's good at that.
That pie was some finger licking good, is all I can tell you. Yes.
Yeah.
She's a wild girl. Pie. Were you always the demure one in the family? Quiet? You look like a nice lady, and you dress so nice, and you seem like such a nice lady. But I think deep in that dark dress, I think there's a hot, passionate woman just waiting to bust out.
There is. Actually, I run the Cuddlin' Palace on TikTok.
Oh, and so do you ever get any groupie action off of TikTok?
I actually do get a lot of fan direct messages, and they're actually pretty respectful. Some of them aren't, but
tell about some of the ones.
Content.
The way of the world is that you can be the best guy or woman in the world. Nobody gives a shit. On the other hand, if you become a total bad boy or a bad girl, first off, it's great fun. I highly recommend it for anybody. Don't go through life sitting in the back, thinking about that good-looking guy or that hot chick across the bar. And all your friends are going, you ain't walking up to that. You just look at them. You don't say a word. You take a sip of your whiskey. You set it down. You don't even acknowledge their bullshit. You walk up to that good-looking woman. You just sit down next to her and go, how are you tonight? I'd like to buy you a drink. You look like you're having a good time, and I want to have a good time too. And depending on your pitch, And if they've seen your bankroll or your car keys, they'll be like, I like this guy. And I have to
Mhm.
say, just being friendly, people have to make it so complicated now. You got to go on Tinder and swipe through 1,300 fucking people you like wouldn't even have a cup of coffee with much throwdown with. But they tell me that's the future. I think
Yeah,
for people
I
seasoned
don't do
people,
that stuff.
I don't look. I did, and when I was single, and I was just like, oh my god, this plenty of fish is like plenty of trout. It's just a fucking horror show. The most disturbed individuals who've failed at everything in life, including 4 or 5 marriages, and these people go on the web seeking life's wonderful moment of happiness, where every time your babe or your dude walks by, fucking birds are singing, the sun's shining, got rabbits hopping around, and then what do you get? You wake up one morning, you got some chick who looks like George Washington and her teeth are out on the nightstand. You just have no idea how you ended up there. And all I could say is they told me that is no way to go through life, son. So here I am, half Yankee, I'm a half Southerner, and I'm caught trapped in no man's land.
And I
So
have a song for that.
okay, well, good, because we're actually almost over, and I've probably talked too much, but it happens. What are you going to play, Gina?
I'm going to play a song that has some country rapping in it. We call it crapping.
All right.
Save that drama, mama. I don't need no little boy. You better cut those apron strings, 'cause honey, I'm the real thing. I'm not some play toy. Save that drama for your mama. I don't need no little boy. You got 2 or 3 girls trying to get your cheap thrills, but you don't know how to pay your own bills. You're driving me crazy 'cause you're so damn lazy, acting all shady, calling me baby, primping in the mirror with your sexy 6-pack. Don't think another beer is gonna get me on my back. If you can't bring nothing to the table I bought, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Save that drama for your mama. I don't need no little boy. You better cut those apron strings, 'cause honey, I'm the real thing. I'm not some play toy. Save that drama for your mama. I don't need no little boy. Now here it comes, the little country rapping. Pull your man pants up, no more pants on the ground. All the swagger, drinking Jagger, chasing little girls around. You create your own drama, you're crawling back to mama. You should stay home and make your little woman holla, holla. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Save that drama for your mama. I don't need no little boy. You better cut those apron strings, 'cause honey, I'm the real thing. I'm not some play toy. Save that drama for your mama. I don't need no little boy. No, no, I don't need one. I don't need no little boy. Won't you save that drama for your mama? 'Cause I don't need no little boy.
All right, all right. Gina Jones live on Live with Neve, a pop-up show on this glorious Friday. Do you have sun shining in Idaho?
We do have sun today. I'm excited. So I don't know how warm it's going to be, but before we get off there, I want to tell everybody to go to Spotify at Gina Jones and stream as many songs on there as you can. I have more than one album on there. So, just go through there and stream the ones that you like. And then also, I'm on Deezer and all the other social platforms. And then on TikTok, as he was talking about, I'm on there as Gina May. It's a Trailer Park Queens. And I'm also on there as GM Jones Music 777. That's kind of more a scaled down page that doesn't have as much smut on it as a Trailer Park Queens does.
Well,
But
I
if you
must tell
like,
you,
if you like
I
some
spent
funny,
the weekend with some of your ladies last weekend and
yeah.
ended up. Who would think I'd end up with your sister for the weekend?
Oh, I know, Mary Beth. She's beautiful.
She's beautiful and she is a wild woman.
She is.
I will tell you, she had things that in my 60 years I never even dreamed of. The girls got skills, Gina. They raise them well wherever you guys up in Idaho, man. Let me tell you, she's fierce.
She's in Florida.
Yeah, but she wasn't in Florida last weekend. She was here in the capital of the known world, New York City.
This is true.
Yes, she.
Yeah.
I showed her a little side of New York she's never seen before.
Wow.
She told me she found it a very aerobic weekend, and she thanked me, and I thanked her. And
well, I had a lot of fun with your friend there that you're talking on the phone with earlier. What's his name?
Oh, yeah, his name is Rick Davis.
Okay, so I had a lot of fun with him when we came in. You know,
I know Rick's a great guy, and he's really he loves to spread the wealth around. I don't know what it is about that guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind hanging out with him again.
Could happen.
Wink, wink.
Well, listen. Talk to your sister. I know she's in Florida, and we've made plans to kind of get together down there. So, you know.
Oh, nice.
You just gotta let your mama know that, you know, I'm a gentleman, and I'll always respect your sister.
So you're gonna come down to Manhandle Palms?
Yes.
All right.
You know that place it's a little bunny ranch out there in the Glades. Man, I'll tell you what though, they know how to party down there. In fact, some of my friends from New York last week have said that they liked how I set up parties. They really think I know how to bash. And they said, why don't we all fly down to the Bunny Ranch and just fly down to Florida and maybe stay there a week or so and just go fishing and bring the girls out on the boat. You know, it's such good that's the American way, man. Get out on the boat, take a nice long drive. I like that kind of activity. Nothing like a boat, good person, the right person that means everything.
That's right.
It's like the worst thing is in my younger days, I would go fishing with my father-in-law, who's deep south, kind of to the right of the Ku Klux Klan leader in 1952. And I'm a New York Yankee who married his fine-looking redheaded daughter. Needless to say, in his world, life was not well. I know from the day he met me, as soon as I opened my mouth, he thought, I'm going to take this boy fishing. I just don't like him. Talks too much. Fucker reads a book when we're fishing. What in the hell kind of fucking redneck reads a book, period? Much less in a boat when you're fishing. Yeah. This is true. I went fishing with him, and I pissed him off because I smoked a joint out on the fucking water in Lake Lanier. I had a bunch of pre-rolls, and I just popped one out. He's up in the front of the boat. He's like sniffing and snorting and getting all pissy without having the nerve to turn around and go, what in the hell are you doing? He hated me too much to even talk to me, to chastise me. The man liked me so much, he told me that if I could move all of these creosote logs in a day, by the end of the day, he'd give me a bonus. But what he didn't tell me was that creosote lights you on fire. Essentially turns you into a glowing, beet red, rashed up human who people look at you and you go, I don't know what it is either. I went to the doctor and he said, put it over there. You know, I walked in and I'm like, okay. And the doctors do that shit. I have a friend of mine. He went out. The guy goes out. He's got VD, which he's married. So he's thinking in his head all these things. He's like, my God, what do I do? I can't sleep with my wife. God forbid I give her, chlamydia. And he's thinking, I just don't know what to do. And when those things happen to you, what do? You're stuck in the moment. Your life's
I'll tell
just
you
going.
What you have to do. You have to drink that Mary Beth sweet tea, because we got Pastor D on it, and he had the BD. And so.
Oh, well, I'm not, those ladies were as fresh as fresh as snow, man. I mean, those girls were on the ball.
And
they knew that the way to a man's heart is through his chest after you crack the rib cage. I know
So
that.
since we're going there, I'm gonna leave it on a note because there's a news flash, that laughing about it. Number 69, the sexual position number 69, honey, has turned to 96 due to inflation.
Ba-da-boom, bah.
So y'all remember all that.
So everybody, I have a question for you, Gina. What
Mhm.
do you call a drummer in a tuxedo or in a suit?
A drummer in a suit?
I don't
I don't know.
I'll tell you what
got
you
me.
call him.
What?
You call him a defendant.
What?
A defendant.
Oh, that's right. You're right. I was thinking about stuff like that.
Oh man, I love drummer jokes. For anybody who's out there, I see like we're dwindling here, but that's okay. They'll be back tonight. What happens in this show is weird. Sometimes I do one and I get off and I'm like, wow, I had 2 people on, and then I annoyed them so bad they just told me to piss off. Why do I watch this? Nobody said that today, thank God. No, haven't had anybody say that yet, but it could happen. You never know. But just having your new business down south, I mean, that's something that. Are you guys making a good living?
Oh, hell yeah. The cuddling business is really thriving now, especially, with everything that's gone on in the world and stuff.
Did you guys have to wear masks and cover up during the COVID? Were you doing cuddling during the COVID period?
No, we had to kind of slack off, or we had to wear, a full bodysuit and stuff. But
I was going to say, you could kind of put on a spacesuit, and I don't know, if I was designing spacesuits for NASA, we could kind of have a nice cutout for the pulchritude of the lovely breast.
Exactly.
We could have a couple of ass cheeks like David Lee Roth at the Rock and Roll Awards in 1984. Now, chaps, that's it. You girls are Western, kind of. You're a Westerner.
Well, that's what I'm doing out here. Out here in Idaho by Nevada, actually, is I've been looking at, some ranches over in Nevada, in the mountains.
Now, I've got friends, if we're going to talk about business in Nevada, they're right up your alley. Even my friend Rick Davis, you never know what he might decide. He might invest in that kind of opportunity. Right up his alley. Excuse me. I don't know. I don't even want to think about what's up somebody's alley personally, but what do I know? So, have you met any new, what kind of your clientele when you're not in Florida? Do you guys travel much to?
Well, I travel around with music, and then I also have it in the back of my mind where I might want to put another cuddling ranch.
All right. Well, actually, there is a ranch for sale in Vegas right now. It's not the Mustang Ranch, but it's one of them. And I looked at it, and I'll tell you what, for $200,000, you can have title to a great little bunny ranch. I've never fancied myself as a pimp in any way, but the way I look at prostitution, it's a ladies' thing, or for men, but you got to let the ladies run it for themselves. Because to me, there's nothing more contemptible than a pimp.
Well, they have to have a house mom, which would be.
You got to have a house mom. That's what I mean, and that's why look, I've met prostitutes that had far more value and insight to the human condition than half the assholes who are running the country right now. I'm just telling you the way it is. Cops, hookers, musicians, we've all seen shit a lot that the average civilian has not encountered. I mean, and what goes on the road stays on the road, hopefully. Remember, sometimes it does not stay on the road.
This is true.
And then you get that call. Yes, hi, my name is Leslie Kaplan. I'm calling about your wife. She's filed divorce, and I'm going to be handling it for her. So please, just come over to the office and bend over. We're going to pull everything out of your backside. We're going to sell it, and we're going to then reduce you to where you have to sell platelets. It's in the ghetto. Talk to me. Maybe I'm silly, but it happens. I
was always the one that left the asshole, and so I ended up with nothing.
Well, yeah, you're remarkable, and I mean, I have to say, sometimes like you just got away in a clean break. Some people are so fucking awful that when you leave them, you have to absolutely cut any trace of them off. You can't even let them call because it'll inevitably turn into some twisted mind fuck that here I am. It's Gina and Neve on relationship advice. First thing, always get the money up front. Prepay. I have my scanner on my iPhone. Anybody who's buying anything I've got for sale, the cash must be seen, touched, bit, chewed. Do you guys take credit cards though at your bunny ranch in Florida?
Oh, wait, you can do Venmo and stuff like that.
Venmo.
Yeah. You can Venmo the money ahead of time. Now, just for I'm going to just talk to everybody out there and let them know that I'm not really a hoe.
These things are just alleged. And remember, anything said here on this show, you have no idea whether it's truth, lie, fact, fiction. It's just random fuckery. And on that note, we're late. We've completely blown through both commercials. I don't know what it is with you. You get on this show and we just get all. It's like, it's great. I love having you on.
If they want to see me play that part, they need to go to the TikTok Gina May. If you just put in Gina May, honey, you're going to be laughing all day long.
Yes, you will. And remember, Gina is really, she is not any kind of hoe. In fact, anybody calling that woman a hoe, you're going to have to call me because I'm going to send somebody out and talk to you. We're going to protect you, Gina. I've had my friend Rick Davis, I'll have a few of his boys come down.
Okay.
Let me just say this.
They want to meet him even more.
Yes, all his guys have earpieces in their ears, and you don't know what kind of hardware they're carrying under their coat.
Exactly.
That should keep your mind thinking. You never know what kind of hardware is under,
Exactly.
I know that you women, though, you have a set. You guys have like sixth sense. Guys are stupid. Your wife could be screwing the neighbor every night in your bed for 2 months, and we'll be like, oh, hey, honey, I'm home. Oh, Ron, what are you doing here? Oh, I was fixing something in the basement. Oh, okay, you want to have a beer? There people are out there like that, but I don't know.
Yeah, we do have a sixth sense. I mean, that's the reason why I've been married so many times and divorced.
Well, I have to say, you topped my personal best of 8 times. So, I mean, I think you're a remarkable woman. And the fact that you haven't killed at least one of them in kind of a Southern bad Gothic fucking novel thing.
Well,
like one of your.
I tried.
Well, next time I'm going to take you out and get you some shooting lessons and a nice pink handgun. And remember, when you get trouble with one of these guys, you don't kill him because it's too easy.
Yeah,
you shoot out his kneecap, and then you take out his elbow because he'll never be able to write real good with it. His leg's going to be reminding him every step he takes that he should live a life crime-free. And there's easier ways to make a living than abusing people. And, sometimes, what happens in society? You just don't get to play God enough. You want to go out. You got some asshole. He's ruining your town. What about just going down there, getting your gun? You read at the town square here in town. Half the people who start most of the shit are going to die because they're the ones who think they know how to shoot a gun and they think they've got all these great skills and they run around. It's like watching a 15-year-old Antifa kid trying to run away from a 400-pound, one of those Proud Boys, Nazi fuckers, whatever they are. You see this 15-year-old kid realizing he's made a very bad decision because there are these big lunatics coming at them. I saw this guy take a pot. And this Antifa kid came up and had a pot in his hand. He's going after this big, huge biker. And when I saw the matchup, I was like betting heavily that this guy was going to get knocked into next week. He goes to swing at the biker. The biker punches the guy in the face, snatches the pot, and before he hits the ground, he gives him the El Kabong with it. You could hear it go dunk.
That's funny.
Like, that is entertainment. But down south, you got better manners than up here because everybody's got a gun. Down there.
Actually, that's where it all happens down south.
It is. It's, an armed society is a polite society. Most of the time, you got a bunch of dudes hanging out with their guns on.
Yeah, they don't mess around out there, though. And all the women are packing.
Oh, the women are packing. That's why I said, you just get your nice little pink gun with a diamond handle on it.
No, my daughter, she packs. She packs a
Well,
big, huge revolver about that big. And
oh,
she's got
is it
it
that big or is it,
down.
how big is it?
It's about that big. And she's got it down in this side, and then she's got her Bible on this side.
I love it. I have a picture of me on my drum set with a 357 Magnum, a Bible, and a big glass of bourbon.
So
I will tell you, I was
funny.
talking to the Lord that day, begging for some forgiveness for all kinds of crazy shit.
And then she's
Telling you.
listening to gangster rap with her 3 kids in the car.
And
when I get in there, she's like listening to gangster rap. And, we're sisters too, by the way. My daughter is my sister too, legally. So anyway, I get in there and I'm like.
Have you ever had anybody try to like put the make on both of you at the same time? Or have you played games where you said, oh, it's me, it's Gina? Or
oh, wait a minute. Yeah, there was one guy out here. There's a town called Hagerman. And there was one guy that I call it the Hag Town. And I actually went down to the bar to have a drink, and this one guy came up to me, started to make the moves on me. And then the next thing I know, he's like, oh, your daughter's so beautiful. And I'm like, okay, I get where you're going with this one, right? So I kind of backed away from that situation real quick. And that's the only time ever, though.
Okay.
But
we're going to keep an eye on you. I think there's more to you than meets the eye.
There is, for sure.
I think down inside there's man, I'm telling you what, you got something in there that's just itching to come out.
That's a wild. Oh, honey, that girl came out that's what I play on TikTok. The old Gina, and that girl came out in my 20s. Honey, I'm telling you what, I have done everything under the sun that anybody can do and still be alive, to be honest.
Yes.
I mean, everything you can think of. But, I raised myself, really. I left home at 15. I had sang in bars from age 9. So I raised myself. And for me, I didn't believe in anything. I was atheist. And so for me, it was just a struggle, do whatever you have to, whatever you learn, do it. So I ended up being, with a man that, sold drugs. So I learned how to do that. And then the next thing I end up being with someone else who, pushed me out into, a really deep, seedy world that I shouldn't be in. So I learned how to do that. And so I took.
For those wondering what that was up, she was El Chapo's personal girlfriend, and El Chapo doesn't fuck around, man. Gina fucking, knew how to handle him when you get like around, you get crazy, and she'd soothe him.
Well, it wasn't El Chapo, but it was someone really.
Sort of like El Chapo,
just as prominent as him in that world.
We'll talk about that on another day.
But yeah, so anyways, yeah, I've been there and done that all. And so that's kind of how the alter ego Gina May came about on TikTok, which is really funny. It's just me making fun of my own self when I was 20 something.
Where'd you go?
I'm here. I'm still here.
Hold on.